Sometimes in life, all we need to get us to the next level is knowledge. Hi, I'm Nakia, and this is the You Are Gifted show, dedicated to bringing out the gifts in you and bringing you knowledge that delivers. Sometimes in life, we may have fasted, we may have prayed about the same situation over and over again, sometimes for months, sometimes for years, and still there is no solution. Still there is no progress. Still it seems as if we are wasting our time. What we need is not fasting and prayer. We need knowledge. Once, when I wanted to buy a house, I remember some of the things I did. I fasted for years. I prayed for years. I even went to the area. I went to areas that they had houses that I liked, and I would lay my hands on the floor and I would declare and pray and speak in tongues and said, this area is so beautiful. I want to buy a house in this area. And I would do those things. The more I did that, it seemed as if the money in my account was getting less. There was just no improvement. And I would be doing that for years, and I'll be speaking and be praying. I want to buy a house and I want it like this in this particular area. Of course, the prayer and the fasting is good. But what changed it? What propelled it and caused me to buy that property was knowledge. On top of the prayer and fasting, I added knowledge. I got a book. The book is called The Automatic Millionaire. And after reading that book, and I learned some simple saving tips and some daily habits that I could change to increase my money so I could buy the house. That was what gave me the knowledge to buy the property that I actually wanted. So sometimes you're fasting and you're praying, and it's not that God is not hearing you, but He wants you to do something extra. Get knowledge that delivers. Also, if you look at the story in the Bible of Joseph, when Pharaoh had a dream, and the dream troubled him, and he didn't know the interpretation of the dream, and he asked his wise men, what does this dream mean? None of them knew the interpretation of the dream. And then he heard about Joseph, who was in prison, and Joseph knew how to interpret dreams because God gave him that gift. Pharaoh sent for Joseph. Joseph came. He interpreted Pharaoh's dream, and he